This section we're going to talk about the learning assignment. There are two learning assignments, one that is open and one that is closed. You cannot do your second learning activity until the first one has been completed and graded. As soon as I check the room every day. If you're in there, I will grade them. One note on this: when you do your discussion boards, if it's something that I am going to be like your topic, I'm allowed to grade them in sections. So if you turned in, let's say, your topic, and I looked at it and it was great and I loved it, and you did the assignment and I gave you your points, when you go to do your responses, I will then put the grades in there until it equals 10 or less, depending on what it is. So please understand that your grades, as they're being posted in there until the end of the due date, I will let you know when everybody's is graded, so you can then go back and check it. So let's get into learning assignment activity 2 part 1. So I click here and the assignment comes up. All your information is right here. Let's start with the abstract. You want to read this abstract a couple times. What we're doing here is you're learning to break down the major portions of a journal article, which are a lot of times in the abstract. In this abstract, it's more of an annotated bibliography type, where your citation is at the top, and then you have the purpose of the study, and so on and so forth. You just read it a couple times. Then the next thing to do is to read the directions a couple times, breaking the directions down into sections. This right here, follow the APA formatting, which means Times New Roman 12 font. Okay, no spaces between the paragraphs. Okay, each area should have a new section, so each one has a title and a new section. Include the section titles as a section heading. So your first section heading would be Learning Activity 2 Part 1. That would be in the center. All the rest would be left flush like this, and it should look just like this: bold, upper and lower case. So title for the abstract, you should say capital T of the capital A, all bold, and then right underneath it, starting with an indent, would be the title of the abstract. You're making up the title. Then you'll do the purpose statement, the research question, the null hypothesis. You're writing in third person, no I, we, us, thems, or anything else like that. Okay? Provide a title page. The title page should have Learning Activity Part 2, and then down a little bit it should be your name, the school, my name, and the date. That should be your first page. Next one, you break down each section individually with no extra words. Whatever it says in here, post it. That's it. Okay? It gives you all the information in here to get here. Okay? So stay focused in that. And then you need to make sure that it's turned in by January 26th. Best thing to do is to build your paper first. Do a title page, which is on its own page. You can find that in the APA manual. Okay? Then the next thing is put a bold title for each of these. Okay? This would be your heading on the top of your first page. And then all of these, you don't have to use the whole thing. So like just be assumptions. Okay? It's not a section on each page. It just starts a new page, left flush, and then just fill them in. Provide the title, done. What's the purpose statement? Done. Are you paraphrasing it? No. Just copy it word for word. The date is here. You can't change it. Okay. Terms that you need defined. You do not need to define the terms. Just use alphabetical list form. So find things in here. So I'm gonna give you one. Okay. You should have a couple of them. Okay. But if I was to look at this, the first thing I would look for is intrinsic motivation. There's your first one. Okay. Then you need maybe a couple of those. You'll be fine. Okay. And then after that, make sure that you look at your book, and that would be chapter 3 of the book. And that's going to help you out a little bit. You can also go to the internet. Okay. Use your internet. Your internet is your friend. Okay. Type in the word assumptions at the top. Statistical assumptions, and see what it says. I do the same thing in my classes. Okay, statistical delimitations. Wikipedia will give you a definition, and then there'll be other sites and other colleges that'll give you information if you're stuck on any of these topics. Okay, this is going to give you the null hypothesis and that. The assignment is straightforward. Fill in the blanks. It is not necessary to elaborate on the items, just the facts, please. You will do this assignment a couple times this semester, this session, so it's important you focus on this because it will create a lot, it will help you in your research paper and in your other assignments.